with a reading for the Pisces. Hope you guys are doing well. The sun is in Virgo. Mercury's in Virgo tomorrow. And the eclipse is just days away. The final eclipse in the Pisces Virgo eclipse series. Except we do have one more Virgo eclipse in February 2027. Now, that eclipse that hits Virgo at 2 degrees in 2027, that is in exact opposition to my sun sign. So that should be interesting, right? Yeah, the eclipses are really affecting me this year. I don't know how they're affecting everyone else, but they are affecting me. And I'm allowing it, you know? I'm allowing that. We've got the Two of Pentacles, which is about the work-life balance. We have the Judgment card. We judge ourselves. We have the Page of Pentacles. We got things we got to do if we want that abundance, right? We have the Strength card, the Queen of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles. Basically, all the cards are in reverse except for the Queen of Wands, which is about being a badass. Okay, so essentially maybe you're gonna be the badass now. Okay, maybe in the past you were more pathetic, you know, you were more easily led. Now we're like future bound. We're future bound. We're moving forward. You know, cycles are ending with this eclipse. Pisces represents the endings, okay? We have flow and slow down. We have slow down, flow, focused, and honesty. There's just something about being authentic, you know? People will either love us or hate us as we are the cycle breakers. That's what Pisces do. Pisces are the end of the wheel. So something has to end, you know? Something has to end. I am truthful. I speak the truth honestly. Look at that innocence, you know? The angels ask you to offer your true self up to the world and search for the truth. Act upon the truth and tell the truth, even though it may not make you popular. Say what you think and think what you say. Yeah, authenticity is a good thing. Just be yourself, you know? Trying to be something you're not isn't really that great, you know? Do we really want people to like us? Sometimes people that care about people liking you all the time are really miserable people. People can be very miserable when they're all about popularity, you know? Okay, this is focus. We choose what we focus on. I can choose what I want to focus on. As you work on your goals, recognize you need to take a step back and really focus on what you're trying to accomplish. Whether you are starting a new goal or already in the midst of it, the angels are urging you to have good organization and lots of preparation in place. Okay, it's Virgo season. We care about organizing. Organizing won't hurt, you know. Virgo's the polarity of Pisces. The polarity of Pisces is about what you got to do to heal the situation, what you need to do to fix it, okay? So, we do care about the details. We are in Virgo season, but we're in the window of a Pisces eclipse. So we're letting go. And, you know, we need to slow down to do that. There's something that's ending. You know, things end before the new begins. So you just let it go. I am taking the time to simply be. The angels would like to introduce you to the art of being. There are many things we can rediscover by slowing down and not always rushing to get things done. Walk slowly, pay attention to every step, leave time for conversation, eat slowly, be deliberately aware of your actions. Okay, so there's no crime in slowing down. I know I needed some extra rest and I had to slow down. And I'm happy that I did that because I saw a change in my body as I rested a little more. Now it says things happen when they are supposed to, okay? Flow, okay? This angel card is about the flow. This is a reminder from your angels to trust in the flow of the universe and to always follow your intuition when making decisions. With positive changes and opportunities on the horizon, now is a great time for you to take action and move forward in your life. You know, it really depends on how much Pisces you have going on in your chart. Like, I know I can claim like 11 points, but I know people in my family that are like master level Pisces, and they don't mess around with their boundaries. They are very secure about that because they need it. They need that. And so, you know, if we slow down and take a time out and do our little retreat, however that may play out, whether that may be in your walking. Some people just like to go out and walk in nature and they get away from people, you know, and they have that time out. And in taking that time out, that's like a boundary. That will bring you into the work-life balance if you're not feeling it. If you're like afraid of judging, you have to have an opinion. Don't worry about it. Allow yourself to feel what you feel, you know, because the Pisces eclipse that we're experiencing is ending something. You go back to 2024. What was happening in September 2024? Look at that time frame. Think about what was going on. For me, I remember being in a situationship just before that, and I had ended it because I was thinking I needed time for my projects. And I wasn't that significant to the person I was seeing, and I was just thinking that my stuff came first, you know, because realistically people aren't planning to do very much for you. So you need to be focused on what you're doing for you, you know, and don't be distracted, you know. You know, we can have win-win situations. We can understand situations for what they are. But in the same token, not everyone values what you value. And sometimes focusing on what you value is what's going to matter, okay? So we don't abandon ourselves for other people. We have to stay on track with our own stuff. And sometimes we do have to slow down and focus. We need to get back in the focus. And here we've got the Strength card, which is about emotional intelligence. The Page of Pentacles says, yeah, we are going to have stuff to do, but we are in the window of an eclipse. So yeah, we need to understand we're coming into Virgo season, and Mercury's in Virgo, so we're looking at details, but we don't have to be a badass right now. There's things that are ending, you know, with the eclipse. if we're not like totally, on board with all that success, that's okay, because there's spiritual work to do. And not everyone has to understand, but we have to understand. So yeah, that work-life balance matters. Taking some time to exercise and walk and be balanced. Take care of your physical health. Yeah, that makes a difference. But we're going to take it one day at a time. So that's my message for the Pisces. Slow down, focus, go with the flow. Things are going to happen when they're supposed to. Be in your integrity, though. Don't worry about who's going to stay in your life, because ultimately you have to prioritize yourself, and you'll figure it out. All right, that's my message. The next phase probably is some badass stuff, but I'm going to end the message. So good luck with the eclipse. May you identify what was going on in 2024, September of 2024. All right, so take a moment to think about September 2024, and then think about where you're at right now in 2026, August of 2026. All right, that's the message for the Pisces. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching.